Okay, y'all. So I was extremely happy with the way that this episode ended. I thought bringing Unique back was a good move. However, I am very interested in how this is all going to work because for me, I kind of thought that Unique story had ended. Now, I will say that one of my predictions was that he would come back. But to be fair, I really didn't think it would happen. And my other prediction was that Kanan was going to be the one to take out Ronnie. And that did happen. Now, how they're going to use Unique moving forward, I am very interested in and can't wait to see what they cook up for season 4. What's up, y'all? It's your girl EJ and welcome back to the recap. Today we're talking about Raising Kanan season 3. We're talking about the finale, y'all. These are my quick thoughts about this episode. Now let's just start out with Lulu and Rock because this was one of the most touching moments on this episode. I've been saying time and time again that Rock has a heart, that Rock has to be strong. She has to be who she is because she's at the top. She is the queen. She has to make some decisions that people are not going to like. She has to do some things that people are not going to like, but somebody has to do them and somebody has to own them. And this is what Rock has done her entire life. Okay, y'all. So everybody finally gets the apology that they've been waiting for. Rock actually apologizes to Lulu after they have this intense therapy session where we find out that Lulu wanted to see the person that he looks up to the most. We know that these two have had a great relationship, but this particular season, we really saw that relationship get tested. We saw Lou really take a look at his life and he started spiraling and going down the deep end. What I loved most about this scene was the accountability on both parts. Rock apologizes to Lulu for all the things that she's done, and she lets him know that he doesn't have to carry that burden anymore, that he doesn't have to write those checks, and that she is going to write the checks, you know. And then Lulu also takes accountability for his actions as well, saying that, hey, I'm a grown man and these are my decisions and my choices. This is what I've been saying all season long about this character, and I'm really glad that they brought all of that home in this particular episode, y'all. So moving on, let's talk about your girl Juke, because Juke definitely has had a moment, and we know that Juke struggles with the fine line of family and just wanting to live her life. In this particular episode, we're going to find out the one thing that your boy VKJ has been wanting for the longest, definitely saying that Aisha was into Juke. Turns out he was right, y'all. I didn't see it. I didn't think that she really saw her like that, but it turns out she does. And she's not really into girls. She's into Juke. And she says that she doesn't really know how she would feel about anybody else, but that this is real what she feels for Juke. Now, Juke, of course, didn't know about this, and she's already made up her mind to go off to the army. They have a conversation with each other, and it looks like Juke is still going to go to the army because she needs to be away from her family. She doesn't want them to mess up what she has, and that includes Aisha. Okay, y'all, so moving on to talk about Snap, Crackle, Pop and your boy Ronnie. It looks like Ronnie, of course, is on level 10 and he wants to get back at Rock. He always consistently says, even when Rock wasn't even in the game anymore for that short period of time, he always blamed everything on Rock. And of course, this time he was right. She did take out his distributor because they was messing with her son, and she asked them very nicely to leave him out of this. But we all know how this is going to go. You know, Ronnie is going to take a hit at Rock, and then Famous is going to come to tell Kanan, like, look, you don't know what happened. Now, I do just want to mention that while we're talking about Kanan and when Famous shows up, we do see a Crystal over there in the corner looking like she's crying, and we do know that she told Kanan that her period was late. So turns out everybody's going to get their thing that they wanted. Somebody finally gets pregnant. Anywho, so when he finds this out, he is like on 10, y'all. He is livid. He goes to Ronnie and Snap, Crackle and them. And he's like, look, I told you don't mess with my family. I told you they was off limits, you know, and he and Ronnie kind of get in each other's face, and then Kanan goes off. Now, this leads us to believe that Kanan is no longer messing with Ronnie and that, you know, it is what it is. Now, we are going to see that Kanan is going to have a conversation with Juke later, saying that he and Ronnie are no longer, you know, together, and that he didn't put the hit out on Rock, that he had nothing to do with that. And she's just going to tell him, like, look, your mother loves you and she cares about you. But Kanan just can't see this. We all see it. We all know that Rock loves Kanan and will do anything for him. So when he gets kidnapped, because that's exactly what's about to happen, when the demand is met, when the demand is told, it's that they want $500,000 along with her business and her connect. And she's willing to give all of this up for Kanan. And to me, that shows that she truly, truly cares about Kanan. She goes to Stefano to get the money because she wasn't liquid enough to get that amount of cash, but she does go to him. Now, I do want to mention real quick about your boy Howard, because we know something major happens in the story with Howard. Now, we all know that Howard is getting really close to being caught. Now, someone mentioned in a live, I believe, that just because Howard is about to get caught doesn't mean that Rock is going to be caught up in that as well. But I beg to differ, because at the end of the day, everything that Howard has gotten into is directly related to Rock and the Thomas family in some way, form, or fashion. This goes back to the very beginning. Even when he got shot, I mean, it was Kanan who actually pulled the trigger, and it was Rock who told him to. So everything travels back to Rock in some way, form, or fashion. There's no way that they get Howard and they don't get Rock or any part of the Thomas family. At the end of the day, one of the two things had to happen. Somebody had to take the fall, which the theme was that he wanted Marvin to take the fall. This is what he kept saying. But there was also another way out, and this is the way that Rock saw it. Does this mean they're going to be free and clear, or does this mean they're going to have more heat on them? To be fair, I don't know. They could look at this as Howard was a dirty cop and this is what it is. Like, I don't know. Like, it just depends on how it all rolls out. I am going to be interested to see exactly how this scenario plays out. But to say the least, at the end of the day, if they are coming after him, he could flip on them. He keeps saying that they're family, but I don't know about that. Like, I don't trust Howard. So Rock unaliving him has more to do with everything that he knows, more so than him just taking the fall, because really they can't tie everything back to him. But what it does do is protect Kanan and Rock a little bit longer, because what if he decides that it's not worth it to keep their secrets and he tells everything? What if he decided that, hey, I'm just going to tell them everything and implicate everybody? You know, like, that definitely was a scenario that could happen. He knew too much and he had to go, and it is what it is. And I'm not really mad at Rock for making this move, because it made sense. But we know that Kanan might have an issue with this, and I don't know how they move forward from here, because he may not understand fully everything that was going on. And it's going to be time for Rock to just tell him, because he in this deep. At this point, he just needs to know everything that transpired so he can understand why she made the move that she made. But who knows? He might not understand it. I don't know. So anyway, y'all, let's talk about your boy Marvin a little bit, because Marvin has always been the MVP throughout this entire season. And once again, he comes through when he comes through, and he saves Rock when the two dudes are coming up behind him. He come through and he pow them, and Marvin sets up the parlay between Snap, Crackle, and Pop and Rock, and he just does a lot. Like, Marvin is just there. He's that guy, and I cannot express how happy I have been with this character Marvin, and I am so glad that they did not unalive him or get him jammed up in this particular situation. Now, we don't know what's going to happen in season 4 per se, because I don't think the feds are going to stop looking at them. To be fair, like I said, I do think that with Howard being unalived and the connection with Thomas or with Marvin, I think that's still going to be a thing. So, you know, there's still the possibility that something could happen to him later, but, you know, he didn't go anywhere in season 3. And that's what I'm excited about, because I feel like this character got a lot of redemption, and he just did so much throughout this entire season that you can't help but love Marvin. If you don't like Marvin, I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and move on to the most explosive thing that happened to me on this episode. We're going to find out that Kanan was playing Rock about the money. You know, he was still in cahoots with Ronnie. At least that's what Ronnie thought. And it was a good play. I can't even lie. He kind of took some stuff out of Rock's book. Like he says, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So when it was all said and done, Kanan acted like he was still on Ronnie's side, set up this whole situation where he gets kidnapped and his mom brings the money. But then in the end, he decides to unalive Ronnie and get rid of Ronnie. So that is how Ronnie actually goes out. He talking about going on the beach, something about some beach money or something like that. And then talking about how they rich. And then he did the one thing he shouldn't have never done. Like he I don't know, y'all. It just is what it is. I guess he really, really trusted that Kanan was going to choose him over his own mother. Like, really? But anyway, y'all, so he gets unalived, and then out of the blue, your girl Rock thinks quick on her feet, and then she takes out Howard. And I think for me, I was stunned to see this happen. But like I explained to you before, I agree with why she did it, but I definitely was shocked. I didn't see it coming. I thought that he wouldn't go this season. I really thought he was going to end up in prison. But like I said, if they did that, that would be the potential chance for him to end up thinking about everything and deciding that it wasn't worth him taking all the time. And instead, he was going to put some stuff on them. So I get why it happened. But I love the way that he looks at Kanan and looks at Rock and says, look at this ish or something like that, or ain't this some ish. I can't remember the exact words, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But that was the befitting way for him to go out. That seems exactly like something that he would say. So anyway, y'all, last but certainly not least is when our boy comes back in, y'all. At the very end of the episode, we're going to see Rock, Kanan, and Marvin leaving the scene. And you're going to see somebody sitting in a car watching them. And then the camera is going to, zoom in on Howard, and it's going to zoom in on Ronnie. But then you're going to see these black Tims, y'all. And we all knew exactly who that was. As the camera pans up, you're going to see your boy Unique. And he is definitely not unalived, y'all. Unique survived Ronnie's brutal beating. And now I cannot wait to see what is going to happen with your boy Unique, because this is certainly going to be interesting, y'all. So anyway, y'all, that is what's up with Raising Kanan Season 3, Episode 10, the finale, y'all. Let me know what y'all thought about the ending. How do you feel about Unique coming back? How do you feel about Rock taking out Howard? How did you like the reconciliation between Lulu and Rock? What did y'all think about Marvin this season? Are you glad to see that Ronnie is gone? Drop all your thoughts and theories for the next season. And guys, if you like the video, make sure to go ahead and hit the like button, share the video with somebody. And if you're not subscribed to your girl channel or finding me for the very first time, then make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, y'all. Turn on your notifications so that you do not miss out on any of my future Raising Kanan content. Meanwhile, YouTube says that you just might like this video next. Go ahead and take a look. Until next time, guys. Peace.